What role has the U.S. played in encouraging talks between India and Pakistan?
I think the U.S. has understood for some time now that India has a very clear position that there will be no talks with a gun pointed at our head. It's not that we can't talk to Pakistan. I was joking the other day, we can speak all the languages they can speak. And we're very happy to dialogue with them in any of those languages. The problem is we will not dialogue with people who are pointing a gun at our heads. I mean, frankly, if your neighbor unleashes his Rottweilers to bite your children, and in fact to do worse to your children, and then says, let's talk, you think you're going to talk to him until he either unleashes those Rottweilers or locks them up in a kennel or puts them to sleep? It's as simple as that. You're not going to talk to people who are pointing guns at your temples. It's not going to happen. We aren't really here to negotiate outcomes. That's the job of the government. Our job is to enhance understanding, to clarify our position and to explain if there are any questions or misapprehensions on the part of our interlocutors. We'll be very happy to address them. There wasn't a specific seek on our part beyond that. It's not that we've come here saying, would you do this for us? That's not what this is all about. And that's true, by the way, every country we've been to. We're just saying, this is our position, we want you to understand, and if you have any questions, we'll answer them, but that's it. We're not asking them to do anything other than to understand our point of view, to express their solidarity, and to stand with us if it happens again. I mean, we have no illusions. These buildings we've destroyed in the terror camps can be built again, 6 months, 9 months, who knows? The problem is, if they think they can keep doing this to us, they've got another thing coming, because we are not going to take it. If they hit us, we will hit them back. And we want the world to understand not only what just happened, but what could happen again if Pakistan does not control these elements on its soil.
How much was India's military response designed to send a message to China, which supports Pakistan?
I wouldn't speculate on the intentions. Our response was to hit the enemy that was hitting us, which happened to be Pakistan. The fact that they were using Chinese weapons and we were bypassing some of the Chinese radar defenses and the famous sort of Chinese networked system, where apparently the Chinese system is that they lock into the other side's aircraft. The radar immediately sends a signal to the plane that sends an immediate launch instruction to the missile. It all comes, and that's supposed to be the great sort of Chinese kill chain we read about in the newspapers. So I don't think that when India decided to bypass some of those threats and hit the airfields it did on the 9th, 10th night, I don't think they were worrying about who gets the message. They want to make sure that the Pakistanis got the message and they got the rough end of what we were sending them, which they did. And frankly, I think many of us feel very proud of our defense forces for having done this. I think those whose job it is to study comparative weapon systems, which is not our preoccupation, they can draw conclusions for themselves. But I do believe that what happened on the night of the 9th, 10th speaks for itself, and even more so, the immediate reaction of the Pakistanis the next morning to call off the conflict also speaks very vividly for itself, and maybe that's the message the Chinese will have to look at. But I don't want to speculate about China. You keep talking, and we hear this a lot from people who are well-meaning. Why don't you talk to the Pakistanis? Who do we talk to? See, it's not that we haven't tried this before. We've talked to them many times, and there was a period between 2003 and 2008 where we were talking both publicly, privately, and through a famous back channel, famous later, between a special envoy of the Prime Minister of India and the general running Pakistan, General Musharraf. With all of this, in 2008, we had a very, very pro-peace government in Pakistan, led by President Zardari. His foreign minister, Shah Mahmood Qureshi, was in Delhi to sign a generously liberalized visa agreement with India when the terrorists struck in 26/11. So we're discovering the people we talk to are either unable or unwilling to control the elements who are hurting us. So if you have talking to a civilian government, and the civilian government doesn't even know that the military is up to sending and dispatching terrorists across the border to kill us, who do we talk to? Why should we talk?